Hi there, everyone. Meteorologist Robert Spetta here with you today on the 26th of August 2013. Before we dive into what's going on out here today, specifically the heavy rainfall in western Japan and also tropical depression Nando or 14 whiskey, I want to remind you that on the 7th of September 2013, it's a Saturday, and actually next Saturday, we're going to be having the Westpac Weather Meet and Greet. I'm actually flying in from Tokyo. A few other people are going to be gathering there in Okinawa to meet up with some fellow weather enthusiasts. We're going to talk about the website and just talk about other subjects that are going on in the area right now. So, yeah, if you want to stop by, it's going to be some pizza, a discount on the drinks, and etc. So a lot of good stuff going on there. Please do, if you are in the Okinawa area, something to do on a Saturday afternoon. But first thing is first, we are going to continue to watch tropical depression Nando or 14W or possibly Kong-Rey if JMA does upgrade this to a tropical storm, which they are forecasting to do so. Right now, it is gaining some low-level circulation and a little bit more organized today. We can see those clouds starting to loop around towards the north, but the bulk of the convection is remaining on the western periphery, and that does look like that may be the case of this storm throughout its duration of its lifetime. We don't look like it is going to gain some really significant organization to become a very symmetrical storm system. So right now, the main threat, though, is still the heavy rainfall along the western periphery of this storm. Really, especially there along the west coast of Luzon, not just because these heavy showers are going to be coming down, but many areas. The Manila Metro area has seen a lot of the water recede, but surrounding provinces, many areas are still flooded here, even on Monday, from last week's floods from Tropical Storm Tremi that pushed through. Now, you can see here on the radar, we are seeing the showers offshore. Right now, they're lingering there, but they're slowly inching closer and closer to the coastline. Already seeing a few thunderstorms pop up, and I do think that going through the afternoon and evening hours here on Monday, but especially on Tuesday, combined with our tropical depression, afternoon heating, the instability in the atmosphere, the southwest monsoon, it will just get very messy out here across the west coast, but much of northern Luzon as well. Over 200 millimeters of rainfall expected even around the Manila Metro area, especially towards the north. We're talking about around Subic over towards Angeles, but really much of northern Luzon that really got impacted by Utur 2 weeks ago. You're going to be seeing the heaviest rainfall here. This is just the next 72 hours, the accumulation from the storm system, what's expected via the GFS model, which is shown here, and that's really just picking up on this, enhancing that monsoonal flow. Really, this is going through the Monday evening here, but let's scroll ahead and look ahead into Tuesday. It doesn't really gain so much of its as far as the intensity, getting up to a tropical storm possibly, but we still see these winds pulling in from the southwest, and this really is indicating the winds and how strong they are. But the other thing you got to see is that where these winds are pointed, that is going to be the direction of these rain bands as well, and that's where you're going to be seeing the heaviest rainfall. So Monday and Tuesday, heavy showers out here across the Philippines, even going into Wednesday. Let's continue to scroll ahead, and this is actually looking at in the Thursday. We still see those southwesterly winds coming in quite strong, especially for northern Luzon. So some heavy showers there, especially today, Monday, Tuesday for Manila. That's gradually going to work its way north throughout the rest of the week. Then we're going to talk about what's going to be impacting you there in Taiwan. Some heavy showers possibly along the west coast again, where you do not need it. Also across much of the southern Japanese islands, we're looking at a tropical storm pushing across Miyako-jima and Ishigaki again. This would be the fourth storm so far this season to hit the southern Japanese islands. Okinawa, it does look like it's going to stay just towards the west of you, at least at this time, given most of the models. Even the high-resolution JMA one takes this storm system actually and pushes it just west of Miyako-jima and Ichigaki by Friday. It starts to get stretched out because there's an upper level trough towards the north that's going to start to pull some shear on this storm system, and that'll stretch it out, but it really keeps the max of the winds and the rough stuff west of Okinawa. You're still going to be seeing some high waves out here, though, and the winds could be getting up to around gale force to tropical storm strength because the wind field with our tropical depression Nando or possibly Kong-Rey at this time is going to be rather large. It's just not going to be the most intense storm system in the world once it gets off here. So a severe tropical storm, I think, is not completely out of the question. JTWC even expects that with winds up to about 55, gusting to 70 knots. Before it tracks a little bit farther there towards the north, it does get mixed up with that wind shear and gets tore apart here in the long range. Now, it all depends on where that jet stream is going to be positioned, though, because right now we see it right about there. But if it does lift a little bit farther towards the north, which it is still long range, about 5 days out, that that possibly could happen, and just a little bit of a movement of that jet farther towards the north would mean this would maintain more tropical characteristics. It would maintain that tighter center of circulation, less vertical wind shear, and then it would be a stronger tropical system in the East China Sea. So right at this time, we do expect a gradual intensification with this storm system pushing there just through the Luzon Strait towards east of Taiwan. But after that, where it starts to decrease in intensity, my personal feelings, it's not super accurate at this time. And that's one reason why we've seen that cone of air extending clear out here towards the east and clear out there towards the west. Likely it's not going to track towards the west that way, but really at this time it does look like a kind of a track west of Okinawa, then hitting that troughing. So really the thing for certain at this time is the heavy showers across the Philippines, plus that troughing has been sparking the stationary boundary in western Japan. Some evacuation orders issued here on Sunday and Monday in much of Kyushu. If we take a look at the radar at this time, see some pretty severe thunderstorms in southern Kyushu, Shikoku. I know we have a lot of viewers from Iwakuni. Yeah, you've been getting hit pretty hard by this as well. And even in the Tokyo, pop-up afternoon thunderstorms today by the daytime heating on Monday. Not completely out of the question. I know yesterday we said most of it was going to actually taper off on Monday, and it does look like that's going to be the case still. A lot of this thunderstorm is going to push off here towards the east by Monday night, and by Tuesday, a lot of improving conditions are going to work their way in. Plus cooler temperatures, if you like the cooler temperatures. So hooray for that. Plus, one other thing, there is a weak disturbance just towards the east of Vietnam. That very well is going to pop up some pretty strong thunderstorms along the east coast of Vietnam, so something else to watch here throughout the next 24 to 48 hours. That is all for right now, everybody. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post them down in the comment box below, and as always, stay safe out there.